to turn my cell phone off. Did you get yours off? I have another question for you. Have you ever seen something that you thought was one thing, but it turned out to be something entirely different? Like a stick that turned out to be a snake, that sort of thing. That has happened to me a lot. The first time that I remember it happening was seeing water on the road ahead of the car on a hot day when the asphalt was boiling, you know? So you see that puddle about 100 yards down the road, and it's really reflecting the sky, but it looks like there's water on the road, and as the car gets closer to it, the water keeps receding because it's an illusion. It's a mirage. There's seats up here. Oh, there's one. I'm sorry, I don't mean to embarrass you.
And over there.
We got a car when I was 5 years old, and we used to go to the beach every afternoon here in St. Augustine. And one day when we got to the beach, the sand, this may have happened lately too, the sand was so hot that I had to keep hopping up and down from one foot to the other. And then there was actually somebody there with a hose, creating this wet pathway so people could walk all the way, hundreds of yards, by the way, even at high tide, down to the water. We went right down to the water. Now, usually it was just me and my mother and my sister. But this day we brought a friend with us, a little girl from the neighborhood who was about our age. I was 5, my sister was 10, she was maybe 7 or 8. This girl, I'm going to call her Betty, I don't really remember her name. But we went right in the water, and you know, as you pass the water that's been standing, being heated by the sun, it's really pretty hot. So you get through that, and then you step into the little waves, and they're pretty cool on your ankles and your feet when you're 5, especially. And then you get up to where the water hits your knees, and that's really cold. So at that point, I kind of rush in and get underwater to just get all the cold shock at once. And then the water feels really comfortable. And my favorite thing was to get out past the breakers. So I'd be in the swells, just lifting me up and dropping me down. And I wanted to be in a safe place, so I liked to be where I could still touch the bottom when the swell went by. And out there, I could float and look up at the blue sky and just be rocked by the waves moving up and down. I could close my eyes and feel that wonderful support and comfort from the ocean, and I felt perfectly safe there. So I'm floating in the ocean, and I open my eyes, and I see this plastic toy fish right in front of me. And it looks almost exactly like the plastic toy goldfish that I play with at home in the bathtub. It has this sail or fin on the back, and it has these big cartoony eyes and these big kissy lips. And I want that toy fish. And there are no other kids around. It's just me in the ocean and the toy plastic fish. So I reach out to get it, and a little wave comes and just moves it a little farther away. So I reach out again for it, and another little wave moves it farther away. And then I really want this fish, so I start swimming and splashing water toward it, and I'm almost to it, and a big wave comes and just moves it out of sight. It's gone. And I can't even see it, so I let it go. And then pretty soon, my mother is calling me out of the water. And when I get out of the water and up on the beach, there's a lifeguard and there's a whole crowd of people around our friend Betty. And Betty's crying, and the lifeguard is doing something to her, and she has been stung by a Portuguese man-o-war. And pretty soon, somebody in the crowd points out to me a Portuguese man-of-war out in the water. And it's my toy fish. It has a float that's shiny and translucent, and then it has this sail on the back that's edged with purple. But it does not have big cartoony eyes and big kissy lips. I put that on it. I imagined what I expected to see. Put this illusion over reality. But, as my mother used to say, God takes care of fools and children. Betty recovered, you'll be glad to know, although I'm pretty sure she never went to the beach with us again. And I was unscathed, really, although I do remember very vividly that things are not necessarily what they seem to be.